Hi guys, I'm Danielle Jameson and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing kind of a little bit like a story time video, basically about my ghost experience. This is a story that is very personal to me. We've had 3 people pass away throughout the course of my life, and that is 2 people on my mum's side and 1 person on my dad's side. The person that I'm going to be mainly speaking to you guys about today is a person on my dad's side, and it is my great-granddad Ken. Ken had been struggling for quite some time, and because of the whole situation that was going on with my parents separating, and there was still a lot of things going on, and I wasn't talking to my dad's side of the family at all. I'd cut all contact with them. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see him much in his last few years. I was kind of made to feel like I wasn't allowed to see him, and nobody was telling me what was going on and things like that, and that's the reason why I didn't, I know how bad he was. I didn't realise he was ill until quite late on because I just wasn't getting told anything. I was given the opportunity to go to his funeral. I did not want to go. I wanted to basically just kind of give him my love and respect in another way. I'd feel bad not seeing him for the last few years of his life and then just kind of walking in on him on his funeral. Not long after he passed away, obviously I'd broken up for the university holidays for Christmas. I was off for a few weeks. In this time, obviously the funeral came and went because my mum doesn't get any time off during Christmas usually. Most of the time through Christmas I'm in on my own, and she has like a few odd days off throughout Christmas, but she doesn't have a lot of time off, so most of the time I am in by myself. And I remember this one time where this all kind of started, and I was sat in the living room and I was watching TV, and all of a sudden I heard this knock. And I didn't quite know what it was. Like, the first couple of times you hear it, you don't think anything of it. It's kind of just like, oh, there's a knock, it must just be something next door are doing or something somewhere. Over the course of a few weeks, it was still going on. We have a semi-detached house and it's a really old house, so noises are kind of common, but this was different. I've been in this house for like 9 years, so I kind of know the kind of sounds and noises that you would hear in this house, and this was definitely something very different to what you would normally hear. It was just a really strong knock, as if somebody was knocking on the walls, and I kept hearing it, and it was really frequent. And this had never ever happened to me before, so I didn't quite know what to do, but I was starting to get to the point where I was getting kind of like worried because I just didn't know what it was. So this whole kind of noise was coming on, and every time I'd hear the bang, I would look out and see if our next door neighbours were in or whether they were out. And most of the time they were actually not in their house when all these bangings were going on. So it's not them. There is no way that anything could have been causing the noises apart from if it was something paranormal, Like I said, I've been in the house like 9 years. I know exactly what kind of noises that this house has, and this was very different to what I would normally experience. This knocking went on for quite a while, and one night I remember this because my mum was actually home. My mum was at work early the next day, so she went to bed quite early, like 9 o'clock or something silly like that. And I was downstairs watching TV in the front room. And the way that our house is you walk in the front door, to your left you have the front room, and then to the right you have like a downstairs toilet, you have the dining room, and then you have the kitchen, and then you have the garden. So everything's mostly to the right side of the house. And when you go up the stairs, to the left is my mum's room, and to the right is my bedroom and the upstairs toilet, like the bathroom. So my bedroom's above the dining room and my mum's bedroom is above the front room. I was sitting watching TV innocently, and all of a sudden I hear a massive bang, and I jumped because it frightened me. It was totally unexpected. It sounded like it was coming from directly above my mum's room. And I thought, oh my god, maybe my mum's fallen over, maybe my mum's hurt herself. So I jump up off the sofa, scream up the landing to my mum like, "Mum, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Did you hurt yourself?" And my mum is telling me that she didn't move. She's laid in bed, she's not walking around the house, she's not walking around upstairs, she hasn't moved, just laid in bed trying to get to sleep. This point in time as well, my mum didn't know that this was happening, so it wasn't like she was playing tricks on me or anything like that. And then after that, everything went very quiet for a while. But then things kind of kicked up a notch. And things started happening not just in the front room, but in my bedroom. One night, I was asleep in my bed. I'm the kind of person who remembers their dreams, so I was having a really, really nice dream. Because you know, sometimes a nightmare will startle you and you'll wake up. This wasn't like that. I was having a nice dream, and for some reason, something startled me. And I jumped and I opened my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, I was seeing a figure of a man. Quite a bulky man, quite an elderly kind of man. It was kind of getting to the point where I didn't want to be in my bedroom anymore. Things were just getting really, really out of hand and really crazy, and I didn't know what was going on. This figure that I was seeing, you could make out the lining of a head, arms, body, everything. And it was actually the same build as my great-granddad Ken. And at the time I didn't quite piece it together straight away because I just, again, it was spooky and scary, but I just kind of thought, oh well, it's just happened the once, I'll just leave it. And I'll just try not to think about it. And this actually happened again a couple more times. And it actually happened when I was around my boyfriend's house. One time it was the same thing. I'd just wake up randomly in the middle of the night and I'd see the figure standing by the door in my boyfriend's room. And then the next time after that, it was the very same thing, but instead of the figure being quite far away from me, the figure was right up in my face. Like, I woke up and he was like right over me, and that moment right there is when I clicked, like, this could possibly be my granddad Ken. Like, this could possibly be, maybe he's trying to tell me something, maybe he's upset with me, maybe he needs me to do something, I don't know. But that's when I clicked, that moment right there when, you know, this could possibly be my great granddad Ken kind of watching over me or something, you know. I went to Florida back in October last year, so October 2015. Just before we went, I actually got a note put through the door, like a handwritten letter, and that's actually off my great granddad Ken's stepdaughter, which is my dad's mum. Basically saying that, you know, too much time has passed, we shouldn't be, you know, we should be seeing each other, we don't, you know, I don't want to not see you anymore, I don't want to lose you and all that kind of stuff. I didn't answer her. I said, right, okay, I'll leave it until I get back from Florida and then I will reply to her. Like, I need some time to think about things, a lot's happened. So we got back from Florida and I basically decided to meet my dad's mum. This is like almost a year since Ken passed away. I finally met up with my dad's mum really late October. After we'd met up a couple of times, she actually handed me an envelope with some money in from Grandad Ken that she had kept aside for me from Ken's will. Because my Grandad Ken's will was like, oh, everything just goes to my stepdaughter and then she can hand it out equally from there. So she kept a bit of money aside for me from Ken and she gave it to me in this envelope. And since then, there has been very, very little activity. I kept hearing the knockings, the seeing of the shadowy figures and things like that. Every single time it was the same shadowy figure, and every single time it was like there was nothing there. Like, I know sometimes when you wake up you look over and there's like a wardrobe or something and it looks like a person. It wasn't anything like that. This was definitely like a man. When the activity was happening, it was more like perhaps Ken needed to tell me something, or perhaps Ken wanted me to do something. So maybe he's happy that I have the money. Maybe he's happy that me and his stepdaughter are meeting up again and we're getting on really well and things like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like I said, Since then, there's been no activity other than I hear like random knockings every so often on a night time. But it's nothing as extreme as what it was before. Let me know what you guys think. Like, do you believe in life after death? Do you believe in spirits? Do you believe in ghostly activity, paranormal? I will see you in my next video. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you later.